Addison Johnson with TIU Real Estate coming to you with our market moment. This week we're looking at the numbers from Q3. This year we've been doing Craven County, Beaufort County, and Martin County. They're all stacked on top of each other. It's just kind of a good reference to show you what's around and kind of give you some dynamics broadly. So we'll jump into the numbers for Craven. We've had 505 homes sold in the third quarter of the year, which is July through September. The median price was $309,630, so just under $310,000. What you got with that on the median numbers: 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,745 square feet. Days on the market were 32 days. The high that sold was just under 1.4 and the low was 30,000. These are residential properties we're looking at: single family residence, townhomes, condos, all the things that fall into those categories. So this would be property with a dwelling on it to live in, not just raw land or anything. For Beaufort County, they had 57 homes sold. Days on the market was 39. Size very similar to Craven. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,720 on the square feet, and their price was just over 307. So a couple thousand lower than Craven County. Size very similar. In square footage, about 25 square foot difference for the median. The high that sold there was just over 1 million and the low was 27,000. So numbers are pretty tight to Craven County. Biggest difference being the number of listings. And I misspoke. It was 157, not 57. Sorry about that. Martin County, they had 47 homes sold. That number is correct. Days on the market is 33. It's actually between the other two. The price, though, median price was 145. So pretty good jump down on that. Size, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. Square footage, just under 1,300 square feet. So a little adjustment on the square footage, but not a terrible amount, but a pretty significant change in price. The high that sold was 420,000 and the low was 23,000. Once, like I said before, when we were doing these quarterly reports, the reason for showing these 3 counties that are stacked on top of each other, they're easily accessed, all connected by Highway 17. They all have convenient access to Greenville, the airport there, the industrial complexes that are around Greenville, the ones that are around New Bern. And all of them have access. All of them have waterfront property. The one in Martin County would be on the Roanoke River. Those are not as prevalent or talked about as much as like Beaufort waterfront and Washington, Belhaven, Bath, those places. And then of course Craven County, you have New Bern, all the way down through Havelock, down to Adams Creek, all up and down the Neuse and the Trent River. Tons of subdivisions that are on those and established neighborhoods and different things. So there's definitely a bigger variety of waterfront properties in Craven and Beaufort, but there are waterfront properties in Martin County as well. They're unique to me, one, because it's where I grew up, but also if commuting is not a problem for you, you can get a whole lot more house in Martin County versus the other counties if your job allows it. If you're able to, maybe you work on the north side of Greenville and you can very conveniently come from Martin County over to the north side of Greenville. Or maybe you work in Craven County and you could live in Beaufort County or Pamlico or Jones or Carteret. These are just the 3 that I have to be looking at. Lots of counties around, lots of different price points and stuff. So it's just trying to bring light to the fact, just because it's one area that maybe your job is why you're moving somewhere, it may be worth talking with a local realtor so you can work off your price point and what distance you're willing to drive to be where you can get more bang for your buck as far as house goes. Now, of course, there's a lot more things that go into that with value that are outside of a number, actual dollar figure. Maybe certain things in a certain town that you want for yourself, for your kids, or medical facilities, sports facilities, activities, things to do on the weekend. You want to be a certain distance from the beach. You are closer to the beach if you're in Craven County, down to Crystal Coast. Martin County, you're actually closer to go out to the Outer Banks like Nags Head and stuff. It's a little bit quicker of a drive straight down 64 to get there from Martin County. So all depends on what you're looking for. My purpose of doing these videos are just to highlight how close in distance they are and the difference in the price range, and kind of that points towards the significance of working with a local realtor to be able to help you hone in on what you're looking for, what's in your price point, and how we can help you get the most house for your money that fits you and your lifestyle the best. So there's more that goes into that than just strictly numbers. There's value in location and all kinds of other things like that that aren't necessarily a cash value. With that being said, if you would like to know more specific numbers to any of these areas or the surrounding counties, I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. I look forward to talking with you, and thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day.